What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Jiu-Jitsu Radio.
Thanks, Santa.
Hey,
Hey, can I come sit on your lap and you can ask me what I want for Christmas?
come sit on Santa's ever-expanding throne. My name is Alex. My co-host here on this side is the amicable or giant panda gorilla Shawn Ambrosino. Big man competing this weekend. We thank you so much for being here today and supporting us, checking out the podcast. Before we get it started, just go ahead and remind you that if you like the podcast, hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell on YouTube. And if you're listening to us, damn, I can't talk at all. If you're listening to us on Spotify or iTunes, whatever, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, share it with your friends. We appreciate the support. The more you share the podcast, the more fun we get to have. And we got a lot of stuff planned for you in the next couple of months and year and stuff. So, holler at your boys. Help a brother out. Follow Shawn at Gorilla Boy BJJ on Instagram. You can follow me at Sonder Marketing. You can follow both of us at Jiu-Jitsu Radio on Instagram.
Yeah, as long as we don't touch tips, it's cool.
It's cool. I'm Big Spoon.
No way. No way.
I'll always be the bigger spoon. Shawn's going to compete this weekend, so make sure you follow him and get all the behind the scenes. If he remembers to go ahead and Instagram, make sure you tag the podcast so I can share it on podcast.
Okay.
If you want to send me videos too, I'll just go ahead and post it. Listen, check out our sponsors. Chocoloha. Go to chocoloha.com. Use the promo code Jiu-Jitsu Radio and get 10% off your orders. Go to Jiu-Jitsu Soap Co. Use the promo code JJ Radio, get 10% off. And if you go to Giraffe Choke and use the promo code JJ Radio, you get free shipping. And I think it was like 20% off, something crazy like that. Man,
Yeah, it's something crazy. It's like 20 or 25. Crazy. I don't remember.
We got like
big.
The best freaking sponsors. I swear.
It's big.
We get like the best freaking sponsors. Listen, we're not a podcast that just asks for money. All right. We're trying to hook you up. Everything here is coming out of our pocket. We're just here to have fun, man. We're just here to have fun and do the best thing. And today we got a good friend straight from Texas coming out talking about the next Third Coast Grappling card, which we're super stoked for. This whole weekend is all about jiu-jitsu. This big tug of nut here is going to compete. Lee's going to compete. I got my team over here competing too at Excel. Shout out to my professor, George Santiago. Shout out to this professor over here, Shawn. We got a whole squad going out there. So it's between that, Third Coast Grappling, and the Submission Underground card. It's going to be so crazy. It's going to be so much fun. So without any ado, Third Coast Grappling's own Ryan Mcguire. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Jiu-Jitsu Radio. Joining us one more again on this side up here right now, you can see the president, the bad man from Third Coast Grappling, Ryan Mcguire. What's up, Ryan?
What's up, man? Great to be on air with you guys again. Appreciate y'all taking time to, cheers. I already had a margarita. I can't cheers you, so.
That's all right. This is just water, so we're good. We're even.
But it was like a cheers from the past, so we'll just go with that.
It works. We're catching up on you. Yeah, so you went out for the wife's birthday, huh? Happy birthday.
Yeah, man. She's turning 21, on Sunday. So,
that's good.
It's been her 21st birthday for, I think, 10 years. So it's going strong.
That's good.
So
dude, I just turned 28 for the 17th time. So
kilos.
I turned 30 years old for like the 5th time. So I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, granted, with all the stress you got going on, you got to be like in the 55, 60s by now.
I feel like it, dude. Like the last few weeks with the event, it's been COVID after COVID after COVID after COVID. It's all these damn IBJJF tournaments. People are just traveling around, not, whatever. Look, I care about the safety of our athletes and my staff and the people that come to the events. But outside of that, dude, my personal thoughts on this is that this is beyond ridiculous at this point now. Like,
what do you think is ridiculous as far as just everybody testing positive, or?
I think it's the fact that, the hysteria that they stirred up over the past few months and a lot of this, a lot of people were in great habits. They were doing good things and all that. And all of a sudden the shutdown happened and it dramatically alters your life. I mean, it only takes 30 to 60 days to build a habit or to break a habit. So you got people that, basically got their whole routine, especially older people, there's a lot of like silent deaths, I think, from this that I think might even total more than the actual death count, like suicides, drug overdoses, older people maybe perishing more because they weren't able to be as active, or there's, like there's a lot more at play than just the death total, the rattling out.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, like it's messing with like so many people's like livelihood and stuff like that too. So for sure, the suicide rate is going to be, and I mean, we haven't even felt the whole thing. So the suicide rate is going to be like going through the roof, even like in the next couple of months. I mean, who knows all the craziness that's going to happen, but it's like the little things that people could do to take care of themselves, like they're still not allowed to do.
No.
You know what though? But luckily we all live in states that are not bowing down to the lockdown lords.
Well, that's what
Now, DeSantis doesn't care. He's just like our governor.
Oh man.
Yeah.
He's like,
If not worse.
That job is great. It's like with so much bullshit down here. It's like, and now I don't know if you heard, but like one lady got arrested the other day that she used to work for was it the health department, Shawn?
Yeah.
Like, have you heard about that at all? So
Yeah, I heard about it.
Like, yeah, this lady had like, she was reporting all these numbers and said like, I refuse to report these fake numbers. And like, you guys are just like fluffing it up. And it's like, it's actually way worse. Like, okay. Like, I mean, that doesn't help the situation much, but sure. Like, so put them out there. So whatever. Now they accused her of hacking. She got fired, and oh man, it's going to be crazy. Who the hell knows? That's why I'm actually curious about what's going to happen with the World's Masters this weekend. Cause it's World's Masters and Orlando Open,
and Thurkin's Grappling 5, where there will probably be less community spread at my event than those two.
So speaking of which, you said that it was affected like your event a lot. So yeah. I mean, at one point you even had Victor Silverio, right?
Yeah, Victor, he was injured. He didn't have COVID, but he just got injured. So, I kind of like had to spin some deals and call some people and this and that. And we got the kid. He stepped up and said, let's go. He's been training hard. And, that match, Najmi and Cody, is one I've wanted for a long time, but Edwin was like focused on the gi for a while.
Yeah.
So now that he's been doing some no gi, helping his MMA buddies get ready, he's ready to scrap. So I think it'll be a good bounce back for Cody coming off that, that Thai match, which was, in my opinion, like I would have never advised him to take that match. I mean, I'm not his coach or whatever, but I mean, he's just too well-rounded, too good. And Cody, he's great. He's exciting, but he needs the right matchups right now. Yeah. I don't think throwing him to the wolves with Ty and those guys that have such complete games that can wrestle, play top, play bottom, play legs. They can do everything, So it's
it's going to make him better in the long run. You have to be in there with the competition sometimes. Like you got to be in there with the upper echelon in order to realize what's coming next or what you need to do if you want to compete at that level. So I don't think it's, I mean, what's the worst that can happen to jiu-jitsu really? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You don't get a Flow Grappling article, your ranking goes down because Michael Sears doesn't like you. Ooh.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, whatever.
Yeah. That's
like
the only downside. If it's someone that's like maybe riding a popularity wave or something, and all of a sudden they get the 2 or 3 bad matchups instead of, I mean, this isn't a sport where you can really kind of, get tomato cans. Like we saw even the other day.
No, you really can though. You really can get tomato cans.
You can,
but
sure. But not.
I mean, there's
those.
Well, I mean, at that level, I mean, honestly, it's about the right fights. Like with Roberto Menes, when we first started working with him, we did Diego Almeida first and kind of did that. And then Pedro Mourinho match. And then, then the Kumite, Nicky Rod, Cyborg. I mean, Wagner, he fought everybody, Ty, but Roberto, man, he's a special talent. Like that guy is, he's going to be one of the best of all time when it's all said and done for what he's been able to do just through our Kumite series. Plus, what he did to Dante Leon. I wasn't shocked, but I was kind of shocked because Dante is so good.
And he did it all in 1 year. Like that's crazy part.
Yeah, first year as a black belt, dude. That's crazy. Like most people are like, oh, I'm gonna train harder. I'm gonna do, the Florida Open. I'm gonna do I'm gonna go do the Poughkeepsie Open. Just trying to, test the waters as a black belt competing. But he just dove right in the, when he went out and took out Keenan Cornelius' first match.
He's been so active. It's crazy how active he's been. And like the downest year of competition, you see that dude everywhere.
I loved it. Like with him, like we have a pretty good relationship. It was like, he had confided in me about some stuff that was going on. I was like, you know what, dude, if you want to fight every damn Kumite, you can. And he damn near did. and he won 2 of them. He won 20 grand off of us, you know? So, I mean, the guys that were out there during the pandemic that came and worked for us, Felipe Andrew, Victor Hugo, Roberto Jimenez, I mean, we had the top of the top that were coming out there just because they wanted to compete and they wanted to, you know, get, you know, have an opportunity to make some money, but also to keep their brands and their name active during all this, which is all we were trying to do also. You know, we were trying to give them a platform, but we also wanted to remain relevant. And I really suck at doing my own interview podcast. So like, I'm really glad that I could get back to throwing shows and not interviewing people all the time.
So speaking of which, before we get into the nitty gritty of the card, you got like a couple of good announcements that you already made, but to really get people to understand the amount of work that you're putting in. I mean, not only did you cement your deal with Fight TV, but then you brought in our homeboy that we were pushing for like the longest time to hook up with you, Shawn Patrick Flannery.
Well, technically nothing is done as far as anything with Fight or anything like that. You know, we can't do anything until December 31st. But you know, there's Fight TV out there. There's a lot of other offers out there that we're playing around. You know, and we're gonna see what the best one is.
Who else you got?
Why are you trying to put me out there like that? You trying to get me sued?
Yeah, man, we're trying to get paid.
Damn. Trying to get me sued out here. No, I'm just kidding. No, but man, honestly, we don't. I mean, we've been hit up by a lot of different people, a lot of different offers, angles, ways we could go. But I think we know the direction we're going next year, and it's going to be. I think. Go ahead.
I was going to say, do me a favor and do not choose UFC Fight Pass because I don't have that, and I'm not going to pay for it subscription.
Well, I can't do it. I can't. I mean, Fight Pass is cool. They got a lot of really cool people out there, but they want like legends of the sport out there leading their promotion. You got Chell, you got Eddie. You know, those are the characters that are the promoters of SUG and you know the combat jiu-jitsu. So they want this. Who the fuck am I? You know, to them. You know, yeah, our shows are badass, but it's not like we don't have that. You know, that pull that they do from the MMA side and that like that. But we have a different angle where we're trying to just expand the sport exponentially by bringing in other sports, you know, and including wrestling and including, judo guys and including everybody in our matches, just to try to grow it. Because if you just stick on growing the jiu-jitsu audience, I mean, you have a long road ahead of you. But if you can bring in other people, as you saw with the Bo Nickel, Gordon Ryan match, you can easily, I mean, that was our blow up moment, that event. We haven't been able to throw one of those events for a year because of coronavirus. So this one coming up is our, it's kind of our return.
So what about the Shawn Patrick Flannery? Are we allowed to talk about that or what?
Yeah, I'm actually going to train with him tomorrow morning. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh, dude. At the ranch?
Yeah, we're going out. He lives like an hour away from me here in Houston when he's in town. So we're going to go out there about 10 a.m., train a little bit and just kind of,
tell him we said, what's up?
I don't know.
Get on the Instagram, do a little snap, tell them we said what's up.
On the gram.
Are you gonna get a screening of Born a Warrior?
It's just a new movie. Yeah.
Born a Hero, I think.
Actually, I got a private screening of it on my cell phone. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I mean it looks good. I've heard good things about it.
And look, you know what? What I told everybody is it's good to see somebody. The smartest thing that somebody did was involve an actual jiu-jitsu guy in an actual jiu-jitsu movie.
Instead of Nick Cage doing jiu-jitsu, there's not a damn inch of jiu-jitsu in it.
Yeah, no, let's not get into that one. Did you watch him battled?
No.
Yeah, did you watch it, Shawn?
No.
That's the Steven Dorff one. The one you're.
Oh no, definitely.
Yeah,
I haven't seen a movie with Steven Dorff since Blade.
Yeah, listen, they try really, really hard, but when you have Kenny Florian, I forget what he said.
Florian.
So he had Kenny Florian say, "Oh, he's going for the Imanari role," and you look, it's like, he's going for the omoplata. Like whoever cut it, whoever edited, did a horrible job. So when you hear like Kenny Florian, like they're commentating on the fight, oh, he's going for the Imanari role. Like, you lost me. You lost me, buddy. You had it and you lost it. So
that's the worst. Like being a military guy, I'm the same way with like military movies and stuff. Like when I see people's uniforms all ate up or they're wearing the wrong rank and somebody's like, hey, Colonel, how's it going? He's got like a private rank on his uniform. Like, I'm like, dude, you're making a movie and you can't spend just a little bit extra to make sure you have a consultant that can make it look real at least. Because I mean, yeah, we're the fringe that would get turned off. but it's disgusting almost. Like when I see that, I'm like, ugh, I gotta turn it off.
When you see, what was it like Sicario or something, where he's got the he's got.
You remember Basic with John Travolta?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a specialist rank on his hat the whole time. They kept calling him Sergeant First Class. I was like, God, I love this movie, but I fucking hate you, John Travolta.
Yeah, when you catch, like, they got like the bolt wide open and like they're sitting there like holding, like they're about to shoot, like, no, where'd it go? You dropped.
What did you think about that shot with Adesanya and Hinger? You know, with their weapons, and you know, they're posing, acting like they're shooting each other.
I don't bother, man. I don't bother with it. Like, I'm not.
It doesn't bother me either, really.
I'm not military, so I can't like say, but like I know bad gun etiquette, and it's like, if you're really gonna be that stupid, like that's on you, man. Like that's the kind of shit where it's like, oh, you know, someone shot themselves in the face or shot themselves in the foot, and you don't even know it. Like, yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a good look for gun safety and stuff like that, but I understand they were trying to, you know, get a funny picture, but
yeah,
you know, not with real. I mean, I think they said they had like SWAT people there and a bunch of people that are doing training, but at the end of the day, it's just not a good look to be shoving, you know, automatic rifles in people's faces, I guess.
Listen, like there's, even in Hollywood, when you have like a person whose entire job is to make sure that they're only using blanks, and like even when they were not shooting, like they don't have the gun that can actually fire, they just have one that's had like the firing pin removed and everything. They don't even point the gun directly at them, so they'll never be like this. It'll always be just off to the side, just in case. So for someone to be playing around and be like, all right, take a shot, you know, that's on you, bro. I don't.
And he's like, pink mist.
Yeah, I'm not in the mood to give sympathy for people fucking up like that. But I'm actually, I do definitely look forward to having Sean Patrick Flannery up and doing the commentating and stuff. So who's going to be joining him? Is he going to be doing like the main commentary? He's going to be doing the color.
It'll be with my two guys. I mean, with Brandon Mullins and with Alan, but Sean's going to be the number two with Brandon, and then Alan will kind of tie it up. But I think it's going to be a good addition. You know, I'm putting together a lot of reference notes and stuff for him. I'm basically going to BJJ Heroes and printing pages out and putting it together for him.
It's like here.
I mean, that's what everybody does. They get on their phone or they get their laptop. Like the Flow guys, they'll just pull their laptop up with BJJ Heroes while they're commentating. Oh, we had a win against so and so. It was a no. Like they look very smart, but it's just research, you know.
I mean,
But dude, what am I
before? But not like you're gonna do it like on the fly right there. You're gonna end up dropping the ball at some point.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that are going to be out, a lot of eyes on it. You know, some people flying in, and like this is our last event before, you know, our contract's kind of up, and we have nothing against the Flow guys. You know, it's just kind of a creative differences with their Who's Number One show that's coming up. You know, and then it just kind of leaves. I don't know. It just was kind of a weird deal. You know,
yeah. Like
seeing a promotion being built by our streaming partner, and then you know we're with them as well. You know, and they get our, you know, trade secrets and, you know, our collaboration and meetings and stuff. And then they can potentially take that information and use it to better their product. You know, so there was just some conflicts there. You know, I don't even know if they're like legit conflicts, but it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I'm all for them, you know, doing their own show, but
well, I mean,
you know, they parked them a week in front of my show each time. And then that left out athletes that we couldn't work with. Like, you know, there was a few times where like, oh, I can't do it because I'm doing this. And it happened to us twice. So it was just kind of one of those things. It's like, I can kind of see what this is coming to in the future. And I don't really want to, you know, I don't think I want to be involved in that. I'd rather have more control over our own future.
For sure.
You know, yeah.
Sure.
So that's kind of where we're at.
It's like a lot of people don't realize it's not like you get a lot of money from, well, I don't know. But from what I've seen and what I've been involved with, you don't get a lot of money from the actual, from Flow or anything. You just get the exposure.
No, I'm not gonna lie, man. They pay us very well, very well. I'm not even gonna like joke or anything. They pay us very well per event.
Well, and, I mean, is it I meant along the lines of where you're making. I don't know. I guess I'm wrong, but when
I'm saying they're paying us well, I mean, comparison. I mean, we're talking tens of thousands of dollars. Where I'm not going to give you a firm number, but
right.
We get. Yeah, they take care of us, which basically will offset some of our costs because then we use the live gate combined with what we'll get for our licensing. And then we'll build the card off of that and kind of keep our budget in line with that. So that's generally how we do it. But I mean, our level of event, we rose from basically hardly getting anything to where we're at now. So, I mean, they've been good to us, man. It's just, I don't know. There's just kind of it's a weird climate right now.
No,
I think,
I get that.
different.
From some of the other, like, not you guys in particular, but from some of the other, organizations I've been involved with, they weren't getting rich off of Flow Grappling. It's just, it gave them more exposure than anything. It's the gate and the constant, the fan base coming back for more is what really fills the pockets for guys like you.
But if you look at it this way, like most people that are going to subscribe to Flow Grappling are jiu-jitsu practitioners. That's generally their demographic. And like what we're trying to do is, like, as always, is try to expand outside of that. So like our product sometimes might turn like pure jiu-jitsu people off. Oh, they're being too jokey. Oh, this, like they get real nerdy about it. But then like there's the crowd that's more, more casual, and they're like, oh, that was awesome. The Kids Royal Rumble, the tag team matches, the stuff that we try to do to keep it fun for the live audience. So like I think I just have a different vision for what I want the sports, what I want my product to look like, because I think, you look at the Logan Pauls, the Jake Pauls, you look at all these dumbasses on YouTube, and you look at all these people out there getting rich. And I'm thinking, why not us? I mean, we've got some very high, well-known grapplers. We got some well-known MMA guys. I've got contacts with some great wrestlers. I can put together a card tomorrow that would blow the socks off people, So it's just a matter of, we came into this one kind of just being conservative because we didn't want to, put too much money out, especially during these times, and have to, end up losing. So, this card that we put together is amazing action, top from bottom, but, we didn't need the cyborgs or these guys with that. I was just able to put together such a complete card that I think that as a whole will make people want to tune in rather than just the one or two, superstars that are on there.
And you were looking, like, before all this stuff started too, I remember, and we talked about a little bit, that you were looking to do stuff in Europe too.
Yeah, I mean, we had it already done. We were going to be with the Grapple Fest guys. I mean, legit, I think it was March something.
Yeah.
We were supposed to be doing that, March 29th. And then that was smack dab in COVID. But yeah, we were going over to Europe. We were going to go to LA and throw an event. I had a venue already secured. I had a venue in New Jersey secured. We were going to do that Third Coast versus the West Coast versus the East Coast. Dude. Eddie Bravo was going to coach the West Coast team. We had on the East Coast, we were going to get Danaher, one of those guys, to do it. It was going to be cool. We were going to be the Third Coast. Dracolino was going to coach the Third Coast team and just kind of have like some legendary coaches with their teams kind of clashing.
Texas versus Florida, bro. Texas versus Florida.
I love Florida. Y'all got too much coronavirus for me though down there.
What you talking about, son?
Listen, man, those numbers are all right. Numbers are a lie. So no, it's really exciting because I think people still, I think we're so greedy into like jiu-jitsu, and we're also just not quick to jump on different like organizations, that people don't realize what 80% of the events this year up until this point were all Third Coast Grappling.
Yeah.
Like,
that's some fight to win.
If we wanted to watch any jiu-jitsu tournament this year up until September,
September,
a Third Coast Grappling, because then nobody else was doing anything. So
I wish we could have, I mean, it's just the times back then. I'm big on production. You're going to see Saturday night, you're going to see what I have in store. I'm going like full out. Like, this is what I've been waiting for. But like the Kumites were cool. They were low key. We did our thing. I mean, you see how Flo did with Who's Number One. It's basically kind of like Kumite kind of light, we had still tried to bring spectators in, made it more of a cool environment. We took basically a multi-gym and turned it into a venue. It was kind of crazy.
So now this time around, you're at the warehouse, right?
Mm-hmm. Back where 3CG3 was.
Now, so fill us in. Let me see. Let me pull this up real quick because I have the card.
I mean, the main event's going to be Felipe Andrew versus William Tackett Nogi.
Yeah.
So William's going up 2 weight classes. Felipe's not a big Nogi guy. He's been training in the gi. So it's just one of those perfect moment things. I've got a great relationship with Felipe and Johnny down there in Alliance, San Diego. And then, with William, it was just, he loves challenges. So it was an easy yes for him.
When do you usually
so we got that
to come in now? Like, are they coming in like a week before, like a few days before?
No, I mean, they're going to be here starting tomorrow, Thursday, Friday.
Nice. So you got William Tackett is jumping up 2 weight classes.
Yeah, 2 weight classes. I think he's like 185, 190 right now. He's fighting Felipe. He's like 230.
Yeah, that's nutty. And then you have
was it Felipe and at the Pans this year? Felipe and we're just talking
Who
about
did he
him.
take out?
He took out
Let me see.
who
Was
are
it
we talking
Barbosa
about
again?
No, who were we talking about earlier? Was that the kid?
Keenan.
No.
Muhammad
The
Ali.
other one.
No, that was 2019.
His name is escaping me. You were talking about him. You've put him on all your shows.
Oh, Roberto?
Victor Hugo?
Roberto.
Oh, Roberto. Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't it Felipe Andrew that ankle locked him real quick at the Pans? Yeah.
That Botinha he has is pretty nuts.
Yeah, dude, that thing came on. Like I was there. I was at the rail watching it because I was like, oh, I want to watch Roberto, see what he does here. And I was like, man, what happened there? I was like, I didn't even understand how tight that was. It didn't look as tight as it was, but damn.
Yeah. When he hit that triangle on Lucas Barbosa, and Barbosa hasn't been tapped in years at black. I mean, I don't think he was ever tapped at Nogi as a black belt. Gordon didn't tap him at ADCC. And then Felipe came in there and triangle armbarred him just like he did Keenan, but in Nogi. That was like one of the craziest finishes at the Kumite, I think, was when he just out of nowhere, like a lightning bolt, took him out. It's pretty nuts.
What happened with those two guys, the ones that fought, the one that started like the whole brawl?
They got their suspensions. They handled that. I mean, they're eligible to return. They'll be back next year.
Are you going to bring them back?
Not to fight each other, no.
Oh, come on.
Dude, I get so much bullshit. You know how crazy I am. I would love to do that. Like, that's what I want to make. But like, everybody's like, oh, no, you've got to be safe. You got to, you don't want to cause any. I'm like, dude, no, I want all the drama. I want all the bullshit. Like, let's go. I want all of it.
But wait, so who's telling you not to do it? Is it like a team like thing or like?
It's like it was just one of those things. Like it was really close to my actual team where I train. Okay. One of the guys trains at a sister school, and then the other guy I'm really good friends with his coach. He's a military vet, Jeremy Van. So it was one of those weird things to where it's like, my school where I train versus somebody that I have a good relationship business wise.
Yeah.
So I just basically came up with the right decision, I thought, which was suspension for both. Dakota had a longer one, and then Victor had a 1 month shorter, I think. And then we just let it quiet down, and here we are.
Oh, I mean, so then why are we not doing this again?
I can't do it right now. Now Dakota's getting ready to fight in Japan. Like he's getting ready for an MMA fight. He's not even like wanting to do grappling events. And then Victor, he's going back to Brazil for Christmas. So I mean, they're not even around.
Fair enough. All right, now you got Thiago Macedo against Johnny Tama.
It was supposed to be Mikey Musumeci, but he had to pull out because I guess there's some Nevada restrictions that came up, messed with his training a little bit, and he couldn't do what he needed to do. So it's supposed to be Musumeci versus Macedo. But, unfortunately that one pulled out. I was pretty upset about that because I was like, man, yeah. Mikey's the man. It would have been a good match.
I'm just glad to see Mikey actually doing these because Mikey hasn't done these one-on-one matches. It's always been IBJJF and nothing else. So I was like, whoa.
He asked for a lot of money because like I had promoters hit me up and they were like, man, how did you get him? Blah, 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 blah. So what he quoted me, and I'm like, like it was a good deal. Like Mikey likes us. He's always talked really highly of us. I mean, he's a big fan of the show. So I mean, it was kind of like, hey, here's an opportunity for you to go up a weight class, fight a pan champion, just like you did Bruno Malfacini. And I just kind of, dude, with these guys, sometimes I got to pitch them just like I would anybody, like in a sales meeting or anything. I've got to pitch these athletes and know what gets them motivated to compete. Like I know like some of these up and comers like William Tackett and them, they just want names just so they can establish their name. Like there's others that are only money motivated. There's others that are just motivated by just competing. So it's just about finding what works for who,
Yeah.
Dude, did you see that kid from Jiu-Jitsu Times? The story?
Yeah, with the 14. Yeah, Jay, I know him actually. He's from down here. J.R. Caballero, whatever his name is.
Yeah, dude. That's crazy. 14 years old. He's got quads like a NFL running back, but holy
him and
shit,
Wagner's
that
son,
kid.
I want to see that.
Him and Wagner?
No,
Wagner's son, Achilles.
Achilles. Yeah, that would be a good one.
That'd be a fun fight. I think that would probably push Achilles pretty hard too. I would see a new level for Achilles come out on that one.
That kid's built like a brick shithouse, man.
Yeah.
For 14 years old, he looks like he's been working. I don't know, like carrying bricks up stairs or something.
right? He's doing the old school training.
Old school, like Rocky training.
All right. So then from there, we talked about Edwin against Cody Steele, which it was supposed
to be a lot of fun.
Cody against.
By the way, my favorite name in all of jiu-jitsu.
Cody Steele.
Yeah, I mean, it's
and porn.
And porn.
Jiu-jitsu and porn.
Yeah, I mean, he should have been an 80s action star with that.
Cody Steele, or like an American Gladiator.
Yeah, exactly. So now this is another good one. John Combs against Pedro Mourinho. That one's going to be pretty good.
I want to see who has the best guillotine. That's how that came about. I was like, hey, Pedro Mourinho team versus John Combs with the combatine.
Dude,
let's see what happens.
The guillotine just like snaps on so quick and so hard. Like it's scary to see it.
After you train with him, it's like you think you have strep throat for like a week from getting guillotined over and over again.
When you feel it shift, you feel that Adam's apple just shift. You're like,
it's like crushing, dude. Because the way he does it, he gets like this part of his hand right here. Yeah. It's kind of grinds it up. It's like it's almost more painful than an actual actual choke.
By the way, one of my guys had his hyoid bone broken.
Who?
Blake.
When was this?
Blake. About a month ago. Miles, one of my guys, he's a brown belt. He's really smooth. So I don't know exactly how it works, but Keenan Cornelius has that diesel squeezle.
Yeah.
He was in that, and he tried to walk around it. He wasn't thinking. He's like, oh, it's just a guillotine. I'm just gonna walk around it. He didn't think the way that everything was. And dude, he was like, oh, I tapped. He ended up tapping to it. I was on a Tuesday. He came Thursday. He just like, I don't want to roll. Friday, his throat closed up.
Damn.
And he got Epsteined. Bone, that same bone that broke in Epstein's neck was broken in his.
So what
happened? Maybe Epstein got guillotined.
Yeah.
So literally.
We know he didn't kill himself. Come on now.
No, so not him. What happened with Blake?
Blake, he had to recover. He took a month off.
And Miles did it?
Miles did it, yeah.
Crazy.
That sucked.
All right.
But man,
what's up?
That stuff's legit.
I said, man, it's a fun card, man. It's all I just kind of booked it. It has a Texas athlete on every match, sometimes two. And I just wanted to make it action packed from beginning to end. We're gonna have about a 12-fight main card, and every match on there, man, is just like non-stop action. Like it's gonna be. I think this will probably be one of our best events. And I mean, yeah, we've done the Gordons, we've had the Keenans, we've had the Miragalis, and they were big, but I think this top to bottom is going to be our best card. And honestly, it was our smartest card. Like the way we've done this one, we finally found a formula that works. It's going to be, we found it a while ago with the Kumites, but things are really starting to click to where, we're coming up on 2.5 years in the game when most people said we wouldn't make it past our first event. So
yeah. And there's like, I remember even like at the beginning of this year, like, oh, that's never going to last. That's a shitty layout. You guys don't know what you're doing. Like,
oh, fucking mats on the floor at the gym, blah, blah, blah. Like, get the fuck out of here. Our events were dope. Shut up.
It's like, come on, man. Like, whatever. Listen, you know how it is. People are going to talk shit regardless of what you do. You could have it like in the middle of like the freaking MGM Grand like arena, have it all set up, lights and everything.
Somebody will say it's too hot inside or something.
Yeah. Haters gonna hate.
So
and I've accepted that, and I don't read any bullshit hardly anymore. I don't read the Facebooks or the Reddits or the Instagram comments unless it's my stuff, like I'll do that. But I really don't get into like I can't do it anymore, man. Like I don't give a fuck what Gordon's doing on Instagram. I don't give a fuck about any of the like their friends or whatever. But I don't give a fuck what any of them are doing. Like they're building their brand, promoting their persona. Yeah. And I don't want to read a bunch of shitty stuff. People in comments calling each other crazy stuff, talking shit. I will fight somebody if I find out who they are in the comment section saying some shit like that to me.
Listen, I have thrown
out. Called his dad retarded. They said, "Hey, fuck you and your retarded dad." If somebody said that to me, I'm gonna go to like Clerks 2, and I'm gonna be like, "Is your name fucking Fauci?"
Did you call?
That's me.
Listen, I've thrown it out there a couple of times with people like just talking shit. Be like, hey, if you want to prove me wrong, I got a guy I can just call up. We can set up a card. We got a space, like a couple of weeks. Let's do it.
I will fight. When me and Seth were going at it heavy, I was like, dude, I'm not fighting you behind a fucking dumpster, but come to Houston. I'll fight you for charity. I don't give a fuck. I'll get my ass beat, but I'm going to put on a fucking show while I'm at it. I was like, I don't care. Like, what is the worst that's going to happen? You're going to tap me out. I'm a fat, out of shape purple belt. Like, whatever. Cool. I have nothing.
Oh, we lost you for a second there.
All right. Sorry, you there?
Yeah, we hear you. We don't see you. I just got your name on there.
Sorry, somebody tried to call me and they messed up the whole thing.
No,
there we go.
We're good. Yeah, no, but it's like, it's funny. It's like people are just going off. It's like, man, like, are you sure you want to do this? Because there's the people that'll talk shit, but the second someone says like, you just let me know, we'll get like a promoter, we'll get it all set up, dude. We can square it away. Let's go. And then all of a sudden, everybody gets quiet. The second when shit like becomes real, everybody gets quiet.
Do you want me to tell you what my favorite thing about 3CG events are? And it's the atmosphere so one of my favorite all-time Jean-Claude Van Damme movies is Lionheart.
That's a good one.
You remember how like all the different fights took place in different venues?
Mm-hmm.
And like it had like each venue, like they had the half empty pool, they had like the car garage with the car. Dude, the 3CG events kind of have that feel to me. I don't know what it is about them.
That's offensive.
Well, we changed formats and locations a lot. Yeah. Like when y'all see our event in March and April, we're going to like the premier like venue in Houston. It's going to be a big outdoor grid concert, big giant outdoor stage. Like it's going to be gigantic. Like I think we're looking at like probably the first or second week in April or the last weekend in March.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man, because I was supposed to go out to the one that you were gonna do in March, the one like that we filmed and stuff for. Like I had my
that's when we're gonna fight each other. So that's you better start training.
Bro, we've been calling you out. We've been trying to get that out.
My partner just got settled up in Austin, so we're we're down. Let's do it for charity. We'll find something fun to do it for.
Let's do it. I'm all for it. Like I was actually contemplating the other day, like who would go first? Should we put Shawn first, or should I be the sacrificial lamb? I'll go on there and then let Shawn clean up.
Shawn's gonna be in there. He's coming there batting cleanup, wiping the mats with our asses.
I'll just let Shawn go first. I won't even come in like in a gi or anything. I'll just be in like in the tux, just sitting back. I'm
coming out straight trying to freaking Barambola you or like Eminari roll, just straight out throwing some crazy shit.
Let's do it.
No, I'm just kidding. But well, guys, it was good talking, man. We got to catch up a little bit. I know you guys got other stuff going on, and I got to figure out what's going to go on with all these COVID people and all the different craziness around this card. But I hope y'all tune in on Saturday. It'll be fun. It's 3CD5 Flow Grappling. First match starts at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Perfect.
So it should be a good time.
Make sure you guys follow Third Coast Grappling on Instagram. It's Third Coast Grappling on Instagram. Follow Ryan. Go ahead and talk shit to Ryan. Call him out, saying to get.
Don't talk shit to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see him fly to your house. Please do it.
This is a dope card.
I will. It'll be. Hey, I'll take you with me. It'll be. We'll leave a movies and just go straight over there and just beat the shit out of somebody.
Let's do it.
And go do a donkey show afterwards.
Yeah, and listen, don't forget to get the card, because I'll post up the card on the episode description, so you guys can see it, like everything that's going on, everything that's planned. Hopefully, God willing, no changes and stuff. But cool. Third Coast Grappling, Ryan. Thank you very much. Happy birthday to the missus once again. Have a great
thank you, sir.
This week, and we'll catch up after.
Happy holidays, guys. We'll definitely get together after the event. Talk to y'all soon.
Good, brother. Right, take care.
Later.
All right, guys. Bye.
Yeah, that's fun. Listen, we need to start training, Shawn.
What you think I've been doing, son?
Speaking of which, you're full of shit, my friend.
What are you talking about?
Weren't you one that's saying, "Oh, I'm not going to compete in Masters. I'm not going to compete in Masters." I go start looking through the brackets, and now all of a sudden I see Shawn Ambrosino. I was like, "Oh, there's."
I said I was competing.
No, you didn't. You said
I did.
No, you said only Lee was competing.
I said I was thinking about it.
Exactly. You are just the biggest pile of turd, I swear.
Hey, look, man. I've been training. Like, am I where I should be? Probably not. But I've been training consistently enough that I'll be able to at least, not look like a total dick out there. But
you saw who else signed up?
No, I did not.
Gabriel Gonzaga is back on.
Yeah, but that's not my division.
Yeah, he's on 3 ultra heavy.
He's on Master 3. I'm Master 4.
I know. You're old. You got beat up by the young guy.
Yeah, that's what
He's
happens.
he's actually got a pretty big bracket. And let me see if I can pull yours up too. Where was it?
I have no idea. I don't even know how many I have. I haven't checked anything.
You actually, funny enough, I was looking at it, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people in your bracket, and you have Rodrigo, and you got Michael Zenga, which
I don't know.
Michael Zenga is the guy from BJJ Fanatics. He's the owner of BJJ Fanatics.
Oh,
he's a super nice guy, but he's like your size. He's a big old gorilla.
Well, good. Awesome.
Big old monkey hand. So that, like, if you get that, that'll be a good match. I'd actually really, really like to see that. And then afterwards, when you win, you can be like, hey, give me a DVD.
I don't want a DVD. Dude, I've been thinking about that. Like, I've been watching, you watch those things. I don't have enough information to fill a DVD. Like, I don't have enough. Because I don't pay attention to the details. I'm not a details guy. I am a big picture guy. If I have a big picture, if you guys want a big picture, you come to me. If you want details, I am the wrong person to come to because I don't give a shit about the details.
Just get it done.
Yeah, just do this. Do this.
That's the difference of like when you have like the ability to not be moved as easily. And like, I think, see, that's not true though, because from obviously training like together for so long, I think once you get the wheel started, you get into really, really good details. Like, but I think you could do some pretty good fat boy jiu-jitsu DVD.
Maybe a half guard thing, but there's like 400 half guard DVDs out there.
There's actually not that many. It's only from the same like 2 or 3 guys. I think there's a lot of videos of people that throw in some half guard moves, but there's no big guy like jiu-jitsu. I'm telling you, if you did a fat boy jiu-jitsu like DVD.
Yeah, but I don't, my half guard game isn't a fat boy game because I got that stupid, no, it's not, because I do the X guard stuff in it, and not everybody is as flexible as I am at my size. So it's like,
right. So that's why you just modify it. That's why you,
yeah, well,
I'm not, listen, I'm trying to be supportive.
No, I get it.
If you want to be what's the word?
Deprecating.
Self-deprecating. Yeah, that's on.
But it's funny you say that though, because I was thinking, like, I was like, could I actually do a DVD? And I'm like, what? Like, no, because like I listened, like when you listen to like someone like Danaher or Tom DeBlas or some of those people, they go into such detail, and I'm like, well, I do this stuff. Like I can, like, if I show like not the 30,000 foot view, but like the 10,000 foot view.
Yeah.
And then if someone asks me a question during it, I can answer that question.
Yeah.
Or if someone's like, what's going on here? I'm like, well, you need to put your hand here or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't think in that detail.
I think the only hindrance that you run into is, again, like just like any other style, there's specific things that you do very well that just wouldn't translate easily for other people.
Yeah.
Like we've had that conversation plenty of times, which is like, I try to make certain things like work like in your, like the, how you do stuff to what fits me, which is what you have to do for any jiu-jitsu. But it's like, if someone goes to get a DVD, you almost have to make it so generic and such a blanket that it's kind of difficult to do. So it's
got to be universal, and like, and I got some universal shit. It's just, I teaching the small parts of it. I don't think about placing your hand here, or I'm very good at answering the why are we doing this.
Yeah. See, like for me, like if I have to show someone like something, I get into like way too many details, like as far as like, okay, this is why your knee placement is here, this is why your knee placement is there. But that's just, again, how you break certain things down is different than how I break other things down. So it is what it is. But listen, I believe in you, buddy. You could do it. You could do it. Man. So just to clear this out, we were supposed to do an episode last week, but someone shit his pants in Shawn's car. Just saying.
Yes, and it was not me. Nor was it a human.
Awkward. Petey ended up pooping all over Shawn's car. Did you end up getting a photo of anything at all?
No, but I mean, no, but
No,
this
when
is
you're
this is
tripping.
so this has become a
A regular.
reoccurring theme with him. Like, because he's old and he'll tell you when he's got to poop, but sometimes when he's sleeping, he just poops in his sleep.
Yeah, we've all been
He
there.
just poops.
We all
And it comes out and there's really nothing you can do. And that's what happens is he'll be laying down and you all of a sudden you're driving or you're laying there and all of a sudden you're like, why do I smell shit?
Oh,
And it's like,
so is it time for doggy diapers for PD?
no, it's even worse, dude. Doggy diapers are worse because then he poops and then it's smushed into his fur.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So it's like now, not only do I got to clean the seat, but now I got to clean him as opposed to just cleaning the seat.
So wait, like the doggy diaper didn't keep it all in?
No, it would, but like it would squish it into his fur. We had one.
Oh, that's a little, whatever. Hit him with the hose. It's good.
No, he can't. That's the problem is he can't stand long enough to hit him with that hose.
That's fair.
I had to when I was driving. I can't remember if it was when I was driving up or back from North Carolina because he shit both times in the drive, both coming and going. And one of them, I had to basically clean him off with wet wipes because he got it all in his fur, and it was like, oh.
So was there a point in time where you were like driving and you started smelling poop, or you like look at Nana? It's like, is it Nana or is it pee?
No? You know what? I like on the way home. I was talking with my mom.
Uh-huh.
Nana and I were driving. We were talking with my mom, and I smelled poop, and I had gotten so angry because I knew he didn't poop that morning,
Right.
and I knew he was going to poop. So I stopped like 3 times before that to try to get him to poop, and he didn't poop. So I was like, oh man. And then when he pooped, I was angry.
You get mad. It's tough.
I was, because he could have pooped the other 3 times I took him out before. Like it took me 18 hours to get home. It normally takes me 13 hours.
Right.
But because I kept stopping to make sure he was to make sure he was trying to poop.
Yeah.
I was like, it just, the anger got me at that moment. And I dare anybody to not get angry after you walked your dog 4 times before 1 o'clock and he didn't poop. And then like not even 20 minutes later, he poops.
Yeah, my dog's getting like that too. Like Zelda's getting pretty bad. Like she's got on and off issues now. Like regardless of how much you feed her, she like, because of her like pancreatitis issues or whatever, like she'll continue to try and eat, and she gets like desperate. Like she thinks like she's gonna die if she doesn't eat right then and there. We caught her eating chocolate coins the other day, like those holiday chocolate coins.
How does she get a hold of those?
Don't ask me. Like my mom had them like tucked away, like, and I yelled at her the other day, like, to stop leaving like stuff out there where she could get it. So I was just walking around and all of a sudden here, I was like, what the fuck is that noise? It's like the dog doesn't normally make that noise. I go and look, and she's just digging away at these gold coins. Now, what's surprising to me is that she didn't rip like the coins or was just chewing on the foil. She unwrapped the fucking things. And if you've ever had to try and eat one of those golden coins, like chocolate coins, they're damn near impossible to like unwrap without just breaking it. She unwrapped the fucking thing, man. This is the same dog that when she was a puppy could chew gum. She would chew gum. Like I tested it out. I did everything. Like literally I caught her chewing gum, because this was back when I was in college. So I would come home and I would just spit my gum out, like at my parents' house. They got like 2.5 acres. So I would just spit it out, kick it out there somewhere, like in the middle of nowhere. And then she'd come back and they're like, where the hell did she get gum? I'm like, son of a bitch. Like she found it. And sure enough, one day I tested it. I chewed gum. I went out in the middle of nowhere in the fields, threw it, let her out, and just started following her. 30 seconds, bro. I timed it. 30 seconds. She went, she found it, came back. And she didn't swallow it. She just sit there.
Should have taught her how to blow bubbles.
Yeah, right. I would have been rich by now. So yeah, so we missed last week's episode, and then Shawn flicked out on Saturday. It's okay because he's busy. He was getting ready for World's Masters. If you look at his face, he just remembered that we said we were going to do it Saturday, and he
You
completely.
didn't text me. You gotta text me.
I'm
I
not
won't
my
remember.
brother's keeper, homie.
Yeah, you gotta be.
I'm not babysitting here.
But and when it's not my routine, I forget about it.
You're the one that said, "How about Saturday?"
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's okay. It's tough getting old, bro. Don't worry. I'll start reminding. I'll start texting you reminders. It's all good. So, our homeboy Linton Vassell won second round KO. So shout out to Linton. Congratulations. Awesome win, buddy. Ground and pound. Smashed that dude's face in the most polite way possible, as true to Linton, which is cool. Crazy enough, there's a whole bunch of stuff that happened this past weekend. So we had Gary Tonin won his 1FC fight by decision, which was a great fight. Did you watch it at all?
No, I didn't watch it.
It was a great fight. I ended up getting banned from somebody else's douchebag podcast because I told them to stop talking and let us watch the fight. They were illegally streaming on YouTube. And like there was like 3 or 4 people. And like one of them was eating cereal while doing live commentary for these fights. So I told them, like, please shut up and let us watch the fight. Banned. So, like, whatever. Fuck them.
Then what did they do? Block you?
Yeah, they banned me, and they banned me for like 30 minutes or something like that. I was like, which is perfect because like Gary's fight wasn't on anytime soon anyway. So, but yeah, Gary won. He had a pretty tough fight, man. He, I give credit. I forget the other guy's name, who seemed a little on the acai. Not Gary, the other guy. But Gary was trying, like, had his back, like he was riding him the whole time. The guy defended the back take and the rear naked choke pretty well, but Gary gave it to him pretty well. And then our homie AJ Anthony Rumble Johnson signed with Bellator.
Yep.
Or technically officially announced that he signed with Bellator. Not only that, but now he switched his opponent for the Submission Underground match. Did you see that one?
No.
Oh man, you got to catch up with me, buddy.
Yeah, well,
so he was supposed to fight for Doom, right? He was supposed to
right.
Well, when I was rolling with AJ, and then like we were talking afterwards, which by the way, he totally cracked my ribs, so my ribs a little shoddy now. Mr. Glass back at it again. I was talking to him. I was like, man, like, why would they give you Verdum? Like, why wouldn't they give you like Bader? That would have been perfect. He's like, I know, I fucking said it too. Then something happened, and then bam, he got Bader. So now not only is AJ signing to Bellator with the possibility of at some point fighting Bader, but now they have the grappling match coming up, which is going to be perfect. So we're going to get to see AJ do AJ's thing and not trying to defend like a leg lock or something like that, or a triangle. They're going to be grappling. So it's going to end up being more of a wrestling match, which I'm really looking forward to, oddly enough. But the implications that this has for Bellator is even bigger, which also, by the way, includes Linton, because Linton is heavyweight now.
Right.
And
well,
they
yeah,
train together. So
yeah, but Rumble's gonna be fighting 205. Bader's heavyweight now, isn't he?
AJ's going heavyweight.
No, from what I read, he was doing 205.
Let me see. Let me double check.
He's doing light heavy.
Because I don't know if he wants to cut weight again.
Yeah, but he's not that big anymore. He's not that, he's
at 230. He is at 230. Oh, and then, okay, so it is at 205 because the implications comes down to, which is another thing that I wanted to talk about, where Yoel Romero got cut from the UFC, and that might be the first fight. The first fight for Anthony Rumble Johnson and Yoel Romero for Bellator is them two. That
would be, that would be a marquee matchup. That'd be one of those things that would bring even the casual fans' eyes that normally don't watch Bellator to Bellator.
Yeah, I think Bellator is one of those things where it's like they got some great fighters, but they don't have the right marketing team behind it. So
I'm telling you, one of the worst things about Bellator is their name.
Yeah, we talked about that. I know you don't like it, but it's been around long enough. I think their big problem is they don't even know what the fuck they want to do with the name. Like they don't have any I hate saying like over and over again. Sorry. they don't even know what the fuck they need to do to broadcast the show, because they'll have the prelim on Facebook and on YouTube, but then the main card is on CBS Sports. It was Desean before and some other bullshit app. Just, man, figure it out. Just, you're owned by Viacom. You own channels. You own all this stuff. Pick a fucking channel. Just get it done. Like, we don't have Spike TV anymore, but why doesn't Viacom say, hey, you have a dedicated YouTube channel, just like ONE FC does, put it on there. Done. You want to broadcast it in the restaurants, get it out there. But at some point or another, they need to figure their shit out, man. Like, you have way too many good fighters there that you're not doing them justice at this. Even Jason Jackson's on there now. He's going to be a scrapper. He's going to put some highlights out there.
Yeah, but Jason Jackson, it'd be like Jason. Jason should have had a shot a long time ago.
For sure. Jason should have had a shot a super long time ago. He was a Titan FC champion. He's got out there. I mean, all credit to him. He's definitely not had an easy road. I think his lack of self-promoting is probably what got him, what kind of kept him under the radar. But man, Jason is an untapped talent for sure.
All I know is this. Oh man, now his name is escaping me.
That's deep, bro. Appreciate it. That's
no. All I know is this: is that when what's his name signed with you to start doing content, next thing you know, he's fighting for the title.
Which one? Because there's a couple.
That as soon as they started doing content with you, starting no time.
Oh, Vulcan. Yeah, no, Vulcan's great, man. And Vulcan was very, very aware of his marketing, especially when he got the shot. And I mean, the same thing with Gilbert. I mean, listen, and it's why I love working with Linton. I mean, we don't get to work as much, like as often as we would like to, obviously, anymore, just because of all my other stuff. But man, guys that get it, that get the marketing part of it, and are willing to invest in themselves, go a lot further, a lot faster. And that's just, it doesn't matter if you work with me or not, or who, I mean, it does matter who you work with, but it doesn't matter if it's with me or somebody else. It's not me trying to self-promote, and it's not like I set him up to throw me in there. But if you do jiu-jitsu, if you do MMA, man, if you spend the money and the time to invest in yourself, you'll get a lot further. You don't have to go put your butthole out there on OnlyFans. I mean, unless you want to do armpits.
You want me to do OnlyFans?
Yeah, but I mean, you're past your prime. We gotta tap it while you still got them armpits.
I'll always have these armpits. These beautiful, luscious, meaty armpits.
Speaking of the UFC fight, did you see that was it Jordan Levitt, Matt Wyman fight, the Monkey King?
Oh yeah.
Huge.
With the slam.
Oh, that was so that I was legitimately like afraid, because that was a dead man right there. I was angry at first because Matt Wyman was stupid. Like, it was just the stupidest thing I've ever seen, where he didn't know whether he wanted to keep pulling guard or let go, and then he jumped back in the guard. Like, no, you better be decisive, man. Not like that, because you're allowed to slam in the UFC. He just jump back up. Nope. And sure enough, he paid for it. But that was a vicious slam. Like, that's one that you're going to be losing a year or two of your life from.
Well, I don't think that.
What?
I don't think that so much. No.
That brain canvas pretty hard. Like, he got put through the fucking canvas.
Yeah, but he'll be fine. I mean, it's a bump on the head, really, you know.
No, see, here's the difference. There's a difference between a bump in the head in this region and a bump in the head in this region. You can actually go blind from taking a shot to the back of the dome.
No, I agree 100%, but it's there's only so much force that could be generated. And it was a great slam
for sure, but
it wasn't like from 10 feet up and he fell. It wasn't from 6 feet up and he fell. It was a 3-foot slam.
Well, and Jordan Levitt is not 3 foot tall.
What?
Jordan Levitt, or not Jordan? Yeah, Jordan.
No,
Levitt.
Where he fell from was halfway up his body. He didn't bring him up over his head.
He's 5'10". Yeah. Well, his head is here, and he went.
He wasn't that high. It was like halfway up. That's why I'm saying 3 feet.
If Jordan Levitt is 5'10", and Matt Weinman's head is above his head, which was like here.
Yeah, but his hips were right on was around his waist.
Above his waist.
Still no taller than 3 feet.
Listen, there's a reason why people slam in those fights, because it fucking works and it knocks people the fuck out.
Well, normally people let go. It's when you.
Again.
What I've noticed is that when you hold on, you get
you're gonna
jacked
have a bad time. You're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, it's when you let go and like kind of take like a break fall and let it happen.
Yeah, or like if you're trying to catch someone in a triangle and they pick you up, oh, you better let go. You better let go of that, because even if you put them unconscious while they're standing up, what are you looking at? You're slowing, like you're lagging because of whatever messages you're getting.
It's my email messages that keep coming through.
Yeah, popping up. So the Third Coast Grappling card is on the 19th, and then on the 20th is the Submission Underground card. So just be prepared to watch a lot of jiu-jitsu and grappling this weekend.
I will be doing jiu-jitsu and grappling this weekend.
That's true. So when are you actually competing?
Saturday morning. Lee and I are going at the same time.
Oh, no way. Really?
Yeah, but George said he'd be there for Lee if I can't be there. So
nice. So who's going to corner you?
I don't need nobody. I don't hear them anyways, dude.
Yeah, you're deaf.
Well, no, I hear them, but I don't listen. Like,
yeah, well,
it's like everything kind of like I can hear people yelling. I'm not paying attention. You know what I'm like? I get so focused on,
isn't he, folks?
What's that?
He's a big dumb animal, isn't he, folks?
Yeah. Like I really just don't. I just when I'm competing, I'm just like I'm out there. I'm not out on the other side, so I don't listen. I don't listen well, and I yell at my guys for not listening. But that's them. Don't do as I do. Do as I say.
I don't think you totally don't listen, because when we did Orlando together, like I semi-cornered you. I just gave you enough tips to get you to pay attention. Like, you got 3 minutes. Okay, and that was it. Like after that, like I didn't bother. Like,
yeah, I just need to know what time.
Yeah,
I just need to know the time, really, and if I'm down.
Yeah, I think we've got it like enough where we've trained with each other and like have learned enough about each other where it's like he doesn't need anything from me. Like, just do 3 minutes. You're up by 2. All right, that's it.
Yeah,
keep moving. So speaking of which, because we were talking about him before, which I'm kind of bummed that Mikey isn't doing Third Coast Grappling. For whatever reason. Did you see that Mikey is in the midst of getting the Guinness World Book of Records for the fastest submission?
Saw that in a world championship match.
12 seconds. Now, for people that don't know, you actually have to pay to get that. It's not something that they just give it to you and it's like, no, you have to pay to keep that record. So for all those people that do those Guinness World Book of Records, I don't remember what the amount of money is. Like, I think they have to pay like a yearly like due, if you will. But yeah, that's not something where like they actually show you like, no, you got to pay for it. It's kind of like a pain in the ass. It's kind of bullshit, right? Or is it just me?
Yeah, I mean, unless it's like you pay for an application, like if you just pay once and it's like, well, like you're paying for the research for them to do to make sure that you are the world record holder at whatever it is.
I think it's different when it's something like the Olympics where you're like, oh, you got the world's fastest time.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like you think, Usain Bolt's not going to pay Guinness to put him in the books.
Yeah. He's like, I'm going to make my own book.
You need to pay me if you want to put me in the books.
For sure. Especially if you got a brand. Oh, if you're branded, yeah, like that, son, you're good to go. But for the small ones, like, oh, longest time doing front rolls or whatever stupid, or crawling on your hands and knees, like that kind of stuff, they're like, yeah, you're gonna have to pay us to print this.
Do you remember when Rob Deerdeck did like a whole day where he kept doing skateboard records?
No.
It was when it was Robin Big was still like big.
Oh, right. Yeah. I literally never watched that show.
I love that show.
It was not I stopped watching MTV 2001. So yeah, it wasn't my dig.
You mean back when they still had music?
No, that was way after they still had music. I think they stopped having music like 2000. When TRL was just like, oh no, you know what? Yeah, that was around the time they finally stopped having TRL because there was like a big chain mail that went around. I don't. That's too many details, but I don't know if you remember, but there was a chain mail letter going around that to try and exploit TRL that they wanted to make everybody vote for New Kids on the Block. So in the middle, yeah, this was like 2003, 2004. They had everybody go and vote for New Kids on the Block to be number one just to see if it really worked. And sure enough, it was like Jennifer Lopez at number 2 and then number 1, New Kids on the Block.
I
So,
didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's
I wasn't on that chain.
Yeah.
But then again, I wouldn't have voted anyways.
Sure, you got to vote for New Kids on the Block.
No, I don't mean like that. I'm saying I don't even know how I would have voted. Like, what did you do? Call it in?
I think you had to either call it in or you had to like to go on the website or something like that. I never did it. I ain't got time for all that shit.
2003 was still the early time of the internet. It was there, but it was like I remember watching the trailer for no for Harry Potter, and I remember having to like have it load like 6 minutes before I could watch the whole thing.
You like click on it, walked away, got a couple.
Yeah, remember when you had to do that though?
This is how old we are. Like we remember when you had to call in to connect to the internet. You had to physically like call in through the computer and then listen to the dial tone of going and doing yeah. That was then like back in the day. We should have probably realized this way back then how bad the mental programming was. Because when you heard you got mail, like, oh shit, somebody actually talking to me over the internet. Let me go look, man. Oh yeah.
But you weren't getting spammed that back then. You were actually getting mail from people you knew. Like if you got email, it's because
someone actually
knew somebody who was sending you something.
I remember it was so like dorky because you'd go to school and there would be like the girls that you didn't have the guts to talk to, but then all of a sudden like you got home and then like you'd have like a full like conversation on like instant messenger.
Really?
Yeah, man. Like we would have like you'd message all sorts of stuff. I remember like after I graduated high school, this was like later on in college. This girl, I never even spoke to her. Like in high school, she messaged me on instant messenger while we were in college, and then we ended up dating for like 4 years. Worst fucking mistake ever. Don't answer those DMs, all right? They're just traps. That was the original DM. It's not worth it, bro. It's not worth it. Yeah, man, that was a flashback and a half. Oh man, I remember all those bad mistakes I made thanks to the internet. You fucked up. So you're going up there Friday night or Saturday morning?
Friday afternoon. Lee and I are heading up.
Nice. Are you staying in the weekend or are you coming right back?
No, we're coming back Saturday because we should be done by noon. So
yeah, and it's funny because we were talking about it with Ryan. I wanted to compete. I mean, it is what it is. I got injured anyway, so it would have sucked anyway. But with the amount of people that are bailing out of like say Third Coast Grappling or other matches or MMA fights because they're testing positive, it was just one of those things like, you know what? I don't want to chance it like doing that, like going into a tournament and then because I know that people are going to go and compete regardless, like even if they're sick. You know how people are.
Well, at least they check your temperature at the very least when you walk in the door.
That's such a bullshit thing, though. It doesn't mean anything because now they're like, oh,
no, yes, but no at the same time because if somebody walks in with 102 temperature,
sure,
they're not going to let them in the door.
Just because they don't have a temperature doesn't mean they're not sick.
No, I agree 100%. There's a lot of people, but at the very least,
vaccine.
Well, dude, they started they're out there now. People are taking them.
But are you going to?
No. And not because I don't believe in vaccines. I definitely believe that vaccines are a good thing. And there's a reason why many deadly diseases have disappeared over the years. But my reasoning is I don't take the flu shot.
Yeah.
So I would rather depend on my immune system kicking it, which, you know, luckily I haven't had it and I haven't had to worry about it, but you know, I just don't believe that it's a disease. You know, it's got over a 99% survivability rate. So I'll
Take your chances.
roll the dice.
I asked this question a long time ago. Like, let's say, forget the whole pandemic. Do you think people should be vaccinated if you're going to be rolling with other people? Like, I mean, we got vaccines, like, as we were kids, we did the whole, like, spiel and stuff. But do you think if someone came in and said, like, oh, my kid's not vaccinated and stuff like that, like, they should be, like, should that even be a question that people ask to be a part of the gym?
I don't think it should be a question. And if their kid's not vaccinated, that's on that kid. That's on those parents.
Yeah, but does that, like, do you think now it's going to be one of those things where people are going to start asking, like, or like gyms are going to start putting that out there?
They can't ask you that. It's illegal.
Did you do that if you wanted to play sports in high school?
Yeah, it's different. That's for a state organization. A private company can't ask you your medical history.
No, they can't ask your medical history, but a private company can absolutely say that you need to get a vaccine if you want to, like, work there or be there. That's what the hell.
Well, they can. They can, but you don't have to. I mean, I don't know. That could be there. That there can be a potential lawsuit there.
For sure.
With
I mean, like, let's say the vaccine perfect, works, no problems. All hypothetical, obviously. And the mortality rate for the pandemic was higher, say like 15, 20%, whatever. Would you think that that's something that would, like, change the face of how we train jiu-jitsu? Because in my perspective, to be honest, I give it like maybe another 6 months and everything is just going to blow over. Like, people are going to be more germophobic for sure. But I think things are just going to go back to the way things were before. Like, I don't think anyone's really going to give a shit. We're going to survive through this, no problem. Obviously, ups and downs here and there, and that's stuff that everyone's got to deal with. But, I mean, we've been training all year, minus like a month here and there. Luckily, we're all still healthy and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know if it's going to go away, but it's like, you know, there's people who are going to worry about it and there's people who are not going to worry about it. Like, you know, and it's hard to, it's hard, man. It's because it's such a politicized issue. It's hard to actually get a finger on what is real and what's not, because everybody's talking their own story.
Yeah.
You know, you don't really get a clear cut, you know, definitive what works, what doesn't. I mean, since it started, I've been on the vitamin D and zinc. Well, not that I've always been on vitamin D and zinc.
That vitamin D.
I've always been on vitamin D and zinc because of, you know, the vitamin D, because, you know, if you
the flu and the cold, it's like, it's been proven to
anyway. Yeah, I just, you know, you just don't get as much as you need.
Yeah.
So, and the zinc I've been on for years. I don't even know why I started it, but vitamin D I had to take, and vitamin and the other I just started taking. I also, you know, I do a little bro science. I take a shot of tonic water every night because it's got quinine in it, which is the basis for the hydroxychloroquine. So,
I mean, listen, I for a year would eat a clove of garlic every day. One thing of garlic every day. Like, it makes your breath stink, and I put, like, garlic is spicy. People don't.
Yeah, it is.
Garlic is spicy. Like, if you, like, just eat a piece, just take a little, like, half of a clove of garlic, eat it raw. It tastes horrible, and it's super spicy. You'll be surprised, instead of having it all cut up in, like, your tomato sauce and stuff. But man, for sure, some serious health benefits. Way better than that bullshit. You ever done the apple cider?
Well, yeah, I've been actually, I've been taking the apple cider gummies, the
Okay.
goalie gummies.
I-
They're actually like they kind of grow on you.
Yeah, well, I did the shot of vinegar, the apple cider vinegar. I did it.
Yeah,
for
that's
the
disgusting.
skin.
It's disgusting.
Oh, my skin's like crawling. The fact that I had to do it, it was so bad. It was the dumbest thing. It does nothing. It does absolutely nothing for you. Don't do it. It's bullshit. You might as well be eating Herbalife. All right.
I am a big fan of the goalie though. The goalie gummies, like the first few times you eat them, they're a little like tart,
Acidic, yeah.
but dude, they actually like they start like you're like, oh man, these are kind of good. So now I've been taking them every day.
That's so gross. I'll try it. I didn't even know that they were making them in the gummies.
Yeah, they're
But-
called goalie. They're like,
Goalie.
and a bunch of people like push them, like big name people. Like
Yeah.
who did I see that was pushing goalie? Like it
Was
was
it one of the Golden Girls that's still alive?
no, it was a fighter. Like I can't remember who it was. Who the
Oh.
hell was it?
Speaking of which, you reminded me again, that movie Embattled. It's not bad. It's definitely
I
like,
didn't even hear about this movie, by the way.
what are you talking about?
What do you mean? What am I talking about?
You fucking, I have a whole conversation here. Text message, like, you see it in battle? It looks pretty good.
No,
Yes, you did. Oh man, I will pull
no,
it
I
up.
said nobody.
All right. I'm gonna go back and pull it up.
You're gonna find nothing.
I can't wait to pull this up. You continue, because I have this.
No, the only movie trailer that I've seen that excited me was the movie trailer for Nobody with Bob Odenkirk.
The hell is that?
It's done by it's done by the guys that did John Wick, and it looks incredible.
No, I haven't seen that. I'll see. I'll have to look it up. Let me see. I know it was like fairly far back. When did they announce the Sean Patrick Flannery movie? What was the date? It was in November.
Oh, I can. You know what? I can check my messages.
Yeah, pull that up.
I texted him that day and was like, "Congratulations, thanks." Let's see. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I was talking with Pat Downey the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Does he live down here?
No, I talked to him over Instagram. It was November 19th.
November. Let me pull this up. Okay, continue.
So I was,
Born
you
in
know,
Champion. Yeah, I reposted it. Feels good. Yeah, good. I don't. By the way, let's see. We're talking about movie theaters. So what did Pat Downey say?
So what happened was I was looking through stories, and on his story, he's got his breakfast, and it looked like I was like, it looked like cottage cheese on his toast. So on the story, I just said, "Is that cottage cheese on your toast?"
Yeah.
And he wrote back to me, which I thought was, "Oh, that's kind of cool."
All right.
And so he basically, yeah, he got his cheese on his toast and mixes it in with his scrambled eggs for the probiotics.
Cool story, bro.
Hey, I just thought it was funny that, like, you know, this wrestler is giving, you know, at least he's telling us what he's eating, you know, why he's eating it. I was like, I just thought it was funny to see. You see cottage cheese on toast. What you're not, it's not like you're not going to ask why you do it. Like, I thought he was doing it for extra protein or,
So why did he say he was doing it?
for probiotics,
I just take
for gut biome.
Yeah, no, I just take some amazing probiotics that help me out big time. Probiotics do that before you take any vitamins, and then jump into the vitamin D and zinc for sure. But probiotics, man, people don't realize how much it's helped. It's helped me out big time because I had a lot of stomach issues. Listen.
Did you find it?
No, because I wanted to talk to you about something else.
Okay.
Did you see? I was speaking actually because you're talking about people that answer their messages and stuff. I go back and forth with Gordon Ryan all the time, and he answered one of the posts that I made the other day on Instagram of Jake Paul trolling Dylan Dennis. Did you see this?
Holy cow, yes.
All right. So for those of you who haven't seen this yet, because you're living under a rock, listen, I don't follow Jake Paul or Logan Paul by any means. I didn't even bother watching the entire boxing match that he had with Nate. Whatever. I'm not sitting there putting him down. I think he's a garbage boxer. Like, I could outbox him in a heartbeat, no problem. And I know I suck. But he has been trolling Conor McGregor to try and get a fight, and he dug in super deep and started trolling Dylan Dennis. Now, mind you, when he trolled Conor, it was super disrespectful because he even brought
very disrespectful
because he brought in his wife. That's stupid. That's a low blow. That's like, bro, you might as well be like, what was his face? Like Mr. T in Rocky 3. He was like, won't you bring your pretty little ass on down here and show you how a real man do it? Like, it was almost like to that level. So he like only followed Devlin, right? Devlin, whatever her name is, which is Conor's wife. Then he went after Dylan Dennis by pulling a drive-by while he was on, I think he was on, what's Brendan Schaub's thing, that Food Truck Diaries. He was doing Food Truck Diaries with Brendan Schaub when he like pulled up with his truck and started hitting him with like toilet paper, I think it was.
Yeah.
So he's just hitting him in the face with toilet paper, and Dylan started like chasing him down. The best part is the fact that not only did he peg him, he hit him from like a good like 20 yards, 30 yards. He was just like pegging him with like the toilet paper. But as soon as Dylan started to run towards the truck, you hear him like dip, 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 which brought me like way back to like the high school days when we used to do that kind of shit to people. Like, we'd be in somebody's car, like fuck with somebody, and then dip, 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 go, 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 go. But
yeah, that's exactly what it was. It's like,
what?
It was funny. It was funny, but at the same time, that's something dangerous to do. He's like, he didn't get shot.
So this is how far he went on the troll. If you look at, was it Jake? Yeah, Jake Paul's Instagram like photo. It's like a snapshot of Dylan getting beamed in the face by a toilet paper roll. Did you not see this?
No, I saw that. I also saw. Did you also see who he's following?
Yeah. And then he's following like Dylan's ex-girlfriend that like dumped him like after cheating on him.
And Conor's wife.
Yeah, I literally just said that, buddy.
Yeah, I know. Those are the two people.
Yeah.
He's got millions of followers. He follows two people.
Yeah. Listen,
that's a great. I mean, look,
that troll. That's a heavy duty troll.
That's a beautiful. That part is a beautiful troll.
Now, calling her a 4, that's like disrespectful.
Yeah, that's disrespectful. I just think bringing in wives is disrespectful.
Yeah, that's crossing the line. Like, here's the thing. I am all for shit talking. I'm like, if she joined into the conversation and started talking shit back or started talking shit first, go for it. Open territory, no problem. But don't bring her in like when she had nothing to do with it, Like, he could have gone like 20 different ways, like without having to bring her in. He could have sat there and said something about like the time Conor got caught doing like blow with like the house full of like hookers or something like that. And then nothing ever happened to it. He could have brought in like the sexual assault charges or whatever the heck that's going on. Like, but he brought in his wife. Like, man, that's a tough pull, bud. That is a very tough pull.
That's the kind of stuff that doesn't get you a boxing match. That's the kind of stuff that gets you
on the mic, please.
That's the kind of stuff that gets you beat down behind a
dumpster.
Behind a dumpster.
Listen, I mean,
by 8 Irish guys named Mickey.
Yeah, right. Listen, like that's the one thing that I don't think people, or he probably doesn't realize. It's probably that dude has been making money and been so popular for so long now. Man, it's got to be like what, 10 years, 15 years or something like that. He's been like, they've been doing this forever, 10 years. It's got to be a good 10 years. No one's ever really whooped his ass. Like, he's never gotten caught in like a serious street beef. But when you start going against someone, that's not something you would do with someone like Ensign anyway. Like, he's got to just make a phone call. And it's like, next thing you know, you have the Yakuza sitting outside, That's
exactly it.
Yeah, so that's something that you're gonna pull. Conor might not take the fight, but he might have a couple of Goombas coming by and knocking on your door. I mean, getting a biker gang isn't that hard of a hit. on your wallet. Just saying. I've known a few guys. Like, it's not that expensive. It's very easy to do. And what's he gonna do?
A couple cases of beer get you a couple Mongols stopping by your house.
Right? That's all. That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to be careful. Speaking of street beefs, have you gone and check out that website yet?
Street
YouTube
beefs?
channel? Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
I don't know the website, but I follow some of the things on Instagram.
So we're gonna do some serious content with street beefs and looking at street fights and stuff like that. It's so crazy. It's so fun. But listen, don't watch the movie in battle. That's basically what I was trying to get to. Don't watch
Yeah,
it.
that I didn't even know existed.
What you knew about, or you like?
No, I didn't know. I didn't know.
You
You're not
definitely
gonna find it because that didn't happen. You must have been talking to somebody else because I'd never heard of that movie.
Well, then I should say that you should.
Where did you see it?
I can't talk about that, but just watch it. And the fact that
Where can I watch it at?
I'll tell you later. There's it's a semi big budget, I guess, for what it is, but like the gross income from it is $30,000. They only made $30,000 off of that movie, and it's been out regardless of COVID. They didn't make any money. The main character, like, he does a pretty good job at like showing some technique. His striking is garbage, but
Is Dorf the main character?
He is, I guess, co-main. I guess it's really more about his son. Do you want the spoilers?
Sure, they don't bother me.
Spoiler alert. All right, 3, 2, 1. So basically, Dorf is Chuck Liddell and Conor McGregor put together. No, seriously, that's what he is. Double belt champ. He's like the baddest like man in their version of the UFC, which is like WFA or something stupid.
Isn't he in his 50s?
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. He looks like a skinny Chuck Liddell and Conor McGregor had a baby. That's what he looks like. And that's how he acts. He's like super brash and racist and like sexist, everything like you could possibly like do as a stereotype for like an MMA fighter. That's what they make him as. And then he's got a son.
Oh no, he's 47. He was born the same year I was.
So
I'm actually a month older.
Old fart. So he's got 2 kids. One has special needs. The other one is an MMA fighter under his gym who's trying to come up, but Dorf treats him like crap. The mom is, I guess she was working or not. I guess she wasn't a prostitute, whatever. It doesn't matter. She doesn't make any money. He didn't give him any money when he left her. So they're all living in like together in a small little apartment. Kids trying to make it in MMA. Shit happens. This is the best part. All right. They try and make Dorf look good by having him fight for a union in the organization, but so he can make all the money. So they literally are taking like bits and pieces of like the storyline with the UFC and try to throw it out there. It's so corny. It's so cheesy. Like, it's so poorly written on how they try to do it, but they did all right in the fights. They did okay in the fights. There's one good actor. I forget his name. He's a French guy. He was in like Wonder Woman and stuff like that. He's a pretty good actor. He's in it. But they have Kenny Florian and Tyrone Woodley. Florian. And Tyrone Woodley on there as acting. They did zero writing for that whatsoever. The only thing that Tyrone says is like, oh, some great ground and pound. Nothing. 30 seconds later, oh, we're back to the ground and pound. Like, that's literally all Tyrone Woodley says. And then they got Kenny doing most of the commentating. And they have that one cut scene where it's like they're doing some ground stuff. And he's like, oh, he's going for the Imanari roll. Like, no, he's on his back. And he's trying to go for an omoplata. Like, you know what? I'm going to message Kenny Florian and ask him if he's pissed off that that's how they cut the movie to make it look like he doesn't know what he's talking about. Because it's
bad. That's a little.
I'll show you after. But yeah, it's so bad. It's so bad. I'd watch, like, if you want to watch it, you watch it just because it's it had potential, and at the end, I want to say Dorf dies. They make it very vague, but it's really more, it's not really an up and coming story. It's just a kid like fighting. Oh, the guy from Scrubs is in it. The black dude from Scrubs.
Oh, why? You know what I know him from? Clueless.
Yeah, he's in it. He plays a paralyzed war vet who teaches special needs kids. It's super random the way that they write it, and we still have to watch whatchamacallit, the Jiu-Jitsu movie with Nicolas Cage. We have to watch it.
No, we don't have to watch
Yes, we do. We have to watch this. We have to watch this together and just do a reaction video to that. That's really it. We already went over the Sugar 19 or the Submission Underground card. Sorry. Oh, there was one thing we didn't talk about, but I don't even want to get into it. Did you see that Jackson MMA coach getting a
Yeah.
Screw that, man. Whatever, dude.
That story is very fishy, by the way.
I mean, I'm not getting into it. It is what it is. Like,
yeah. Like I'd like it. It's one of those stories that's like, it just presents a lot of questions.
There's a lot of stuff to it, but to be honest with it, like I want to believe the person that's making the accusations, but it's like we've talked about it so many times. It's just like fucking gross after a while of how many times we have to talk about someone like possibly like sexually assaulted or whatever. I think like some other coach that was like assaulting like kids like finally went to jail the other day. It's so fucking gross, man. Like how are we still having this issue? How are we still having this issue that either someone doesn't say anything or that people keep trying to get away with doing this shit to kids or to somebody else? It's like, come on, can we fucking take care of this problem already? At least when it comes to sports and it comes to stuff like this, it's
hey, you can say the same thing about the Catholic Church.
That's a lot behind it. When you're talking about the Catholic Church that also owns the biggest porn company, I mean, it is what it is.
What porn company do they own?
You didn't know that the Vatican owns a porn company?
I did not know that.
Did you really not know this?
Of course, I didn't know this.
Liar. Here, I'll tell you right now. Yeah.
Why would I lie about that?
I'll tell you right now. Yeah. How about I spell properly, huh? The publisher owned by the Catholic Church sells pornography. Yeah, dude, that's an old thing. It's an old thing. Look it up. Google it, bitch.
Google it. It's worth a Google.
There's actually going to be some good matches, man, at Masters. You're going to have to film it and report in, buddy.
No, if I see something, I'll say something.
Fabian Rosa has a big bracket. He's got a lot. I'm curious to see if you're going to end up competing against Rodrigo Mendez.
That'll be interesting. We're buds, but we've competed before, so we'll compete again.
Yeah, George.
If we have to.
George has a big bracket too. He's got a lot of people. Let me see. I didn't even bother to. I didn't bother to count it, but he's got. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. He's like 20, 25 people in his bracket.
Yeah, it's like, it makes me weird, man. It's like part of me, if I won this year, I almost wouldn't count it.
Why?
I would have to give it like an asterisk next to it.
I mean, I do that for all your wins.
But I would definitely do it for this year. It's a COVID year, and it's not like, dude, there's, like you just said, there's 7 guys in the division. Normally there's like, anywhere from 15 to 20. It's like, it's depleted, and it's like,
I get it.
It's like part of me goes, well, it's still cool. But
with that being said, then would you sit there and give it an asterisk if it was a regular year, but only 3 people signed up? Exactly. So you see what I'm saying? So I get.
No. Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but I mean, that's not on. That doesn't say anything less about your game or the tournament when people are just taking care of their health or decisions. So it's
no, I get it. It's just, I want to compete with, I want I want it to be the world, it's the world championships. I want people to be able to come from everywhere to do it.
Yeah.
It's like,
but I mean, people from the world that can or choose to come are coming. That's it. I mean, that's all there is to it. It's if they can't, I mean, if we wanted to go to compete in Masters World in Asia, and we can't fly over there right now in Japan. I mean, does that speak any less for somebody else over there? No. I mean, unless you're Rafa Mendez and you're just going in there just to like kill them all because
just to dance on people,
right? I mean, but no, I get it, and yeah, it's understandable. I think just because that's your competitive side, and you don't want to sit there and say, yeah, but there's, you know, only half the people sign up. Like they should have signed up earlier. Fuck it.
well, no, it's like here's the thing: you say if only 3 people had signed up, but normally way more people sign up. For the
But I mean,
Worlds.
so what about like when you do even like an open?
The opens are opens. Those are just
I get it.
I don't
But
those are just opens to me. So it's like, but this is like one of the things that means something to the old guys. We got the old guy worlds and we got the pans.
yeah.
You know,
I mean, like I said, I get it. I don't think that it's something that should be demeaned by any.
I would be happy. Don't get me wrong. I would be happy. There would always be a part of me that'd be like, could I have done it if everybody was doing it?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I'm going to win it. Like I give everybody the same shot that I have.
Yeah.
Which is you go out there, you perform, you could win the whole thing. It's just, it's one of those things that like, if I do win it, there would be a tint of disappointment to it.
True. Just stretch, man. That's all I say. I say just stretch, start warming up now. Not that you need that much heads up warming up, but just start getting your body, because you know how it is. Like we take it super easy, but what your mind is at and where your body's at are two different things.
Well, it's worked for me for 14 years, not stretching and warming up.
Until the last one.
Well, no, the last one I stretched.
Which one, against Gonzaga?
Yes.
Didn't stretch good enough then.
I started stretching. Everyone's like, oh, stretch out your hamstrings because you don't want that to happen last time. What happened this time? So I started stretching. Then I got my hamstring pulled.
I don't stretch. I don't stretch before competition. I'll stretch before class and after class, but I don't stretch before competition.
No, I'll warm up.
Nothing. I just go cold turkey.
Yeah, that's what I told. No, that's
I
what
like
I
to
tend
pretend
to do.
it's a street fight, bro. Because when I see red, man, no.
I'm afraid I'm going to kill somebody. That's why I don't fight, man. If I punch somebody, I might kill them, and I don't want to kill somebody.
Speaking of which, you just reminded me. So I did have a little bit of a spat the other day with the IKF. Granted, this has got total opposite situation with jiu-jitsu, but the IKF and the ISKFA, whatever the hell they're called, they're the ones that do the tournament in Orlando, and they do them all over the country. So they're based out of California. Turns out that I forget the name of the gym. I want to say Demon House or something like that.
Kind of a cool name.
Yeah. So they've been holding open sparring for like local schools. They come in, if someone wants to spar against somebody else, it's not a fight tournament. It's not something that's like sanctioned or anything like that. It's just people want to come spar against other people from other gyms. Everybody can come in. They take their own decision. They told everyone that there was going to be PKB rules. Kick my camera. Sorry. They were telling people it's going to be PKB rules if you want to come and do open sparring with us over here. IKF flipped their shit and threatened to, to blacklist any fighter and coach and academy that attended this event. So if you went there and you sparred like with anybody there, your team, you are automatically barred from ever like competing at an IKF event. So like I took like offense that it's like, wait a minute, these people that come to your event pay you to compete. You don't pay them anything. The most that you fucking give them is a belt and a little trophy that you pay $20 for. And you're going to sit there and bar them because they made the decision to go compete or go do a sparring session with somebody else. And like for nothing, just for fun. It wasn't like a tournament. It wasn't a fight night. It wasn't anything like that. And it just went off, man. So if you go, the conversation is still there. They were going back and forth. They're like threatening to sue the coach. The coach is like, I'm right here. Can someone just DM me and talk to me? they like refused to talk to him, and I kept on threatening people. And I actually got a message from one of the owners of the IKF. I didn't even bother like reading it. I was like, if you're going to sit there and threaten people to ban them from competing just because they wanted to go spar somebody else, that's their, like, bro, that's their freedom.
Yeah.
Fuck what kind of lockdown and stuff you got. If someone wants to go spar somebody, have at it. That's their choices. They put that choice together. That's on them. IKF doesn't fucking own people. Like, and I even wrote there, I was like, IBJJF has never, like, now their issue was because they used the word or the letters PKB rules for the sparring, right?
Right.
Okay,
PKB.
make sure you're paying like attention because you're
Yeah.
spacing over there. So I wrote back like the IBJJF has never banned anyone for competing in another tournament that says that they use IBJJF rules. No, Eddie Bravo at EBI has never banned anyone for competing in somebody else's tournament that said they're using EBI rules. Like, that's stupid. That's like, so I took offense to that. A bunch of people did. It's like, this is dumb. I'm not going to support an organization that's going to threaten fighters and coaches just for doing what they want to do in a time where everybody's stressed out anyway. I don't give a shit if you live in California, New York, Florida, wherever, but no organization has any right to sit there and ban someone for taking part in their own life choice.
No, not at all. It's and how would they know, first of all?
Well, they had the photos and stuff posted up there. Like, you could see the people that are competing and stuff. But if the IKF really did that, I sat there and I told them, I was like, this is a great way of making your company crash into the ground. Because now comes time like 2021 where, let's say, stuff finally opens back up again, people go compete. It's like, why would they support IKF? They threatened to ban me. Okay, well, they banned my friend because he went to go spar someplace some night. Like, no, fuck him. I'm not gonna go do that. That's stupid. Like, that's overreach, man.
Yeah. That's terrible.
Are you fading out on me?
No. Well, a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll call it a night either way because it's getting late. I'm getting ready for Christmas.
No, I couldn't tell.
Yeah. I mean, I know what you're talking about. Listen,
you wear that. It's every Christmas. You wear that for all of December.
My ritual, and I don't have many of these. I love Christmas. Every day from December 1st to December 25th, I wear this hat. Yes, I wash it. I wash this hat. Thank you very much. I take care of my Santa hat. But I got tired of people getting offended when someone said Merry Christmas, because I'll say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever, just because even if you don't celebrate it, I want you to have a good day that day, right? Doesn't matter. But I realize like more and more people are celebrating stuff less and less. Like, things seem just less festive. Like, either, I don't know if it's maybe we're just getting older or what, but I don't see as many Christmas lights anymore. I don't see as many like,
dude,
door lights.
Well, I'll tell you a story when we're done about why that might be. It's not a story for
the radio.
For the radio.
It's
for the Jiu-Jitsu radio folk.
Electricity bills are a bitch. But yeah, I wear this every day because I want everybody to have a good time as much as I do, and to smile and be happy even when we're having a tough time out here, because tough times all around, and it's always worse on the other side of the fence. I guess grass is greener, whatever way you want to look at it. But all we want to say is Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody. Thanks so much for supporting us this year. What's next week? What's the date next Wednesday?
The 23rd.
Should we have a Christmas holiday party?
Sure.
Let's do a Christmas podcast holiday party.
I'll have my little reindeer with me.
Yeah, nice. Maybe we'll bring a couple of people into the studio and have a super spreader.
Yeah, why not?
And we'll drink and play some video games.
Are you talking about a threesome, or are you talking
20-some?
Well, I mean, if we're calling it a super spreader, I mean,
I'm not. I was about to say a bad joke. Oh, I was about to get into it like super deep. No pun intended. But yeah, no. Listen, we're gonna try and have an episode next week. If not, either way, we want to wish everybody happy holidays. Please stay safe. Take care of yourself. Your life. Do it any way you want to do it. Just be mindful of others. Shout out to everybody that's been supportive this whole year. We got a lot of stuff planned for 2021. And we also have to follow up with a lot of stuff that we said we were going to do in 2020. Everybody got that curveball. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's give Shawn a big good luck and pat on the back. If you see him, make sure you give him an awkward hug.
Don't hug me, please.
Give him a hug.
Please don't. Just a handshake is fine, or bro hug. I'll do a bro hug.
What's a bro hug?
When you grab the hand and you got your fists between you, and you do the quick clap behind you.
You gonna touch wee-wees too?
No, you got the fist between you. You got two arms between you to make sure there's no intimacy whatsoever.
Just give a little boop. Yeah, just give Shawn. If you see Shawn, just give him the most sensual hug you ever can. Just go to shake his hand and then slowly just caress his forearm as you get closer and just squeeze. Just squeeze. I think you'll be surprised how much he enjoys it. I think he'll be surprised too. Good luck to everybody competing this week at Masters and at the Orlando Open. Go finish out the year with a bang. And hey, next 2 weeks, we're going to be streaming all the time during the day, playing video games. I got a couple of people lined up that want to join us to do the live stream. Hopefully we'll get Shawn to jump in there too, so we can play some Warzone.
That'll do.
We can do that next week if you want.
All right.
And we'll do some duos. We'll do some duos and trios, see who can get on there. And don't forget to follow us at Jiu-Jitsu Radio. Check out jiu-jitsuradio.com. Shout out to all our supporters, our sponsors. Chokaloha. Go to chokaloha.com. Use the promo code JJ Radio, Jiu-Jitsu Radio. You'll get 10% off. Promo code is in the description, so you can look at it right away, whether you're watching us on YouTube or listening us on your earphone thingies. Giraffe Choke, Jiu-Jitsu Soap Co. Big shout out to them. Again, get the best gear you can in Jiu-Jitsu and get the hookup, get the homie hookup. We're giving, I think 15% now off of Jiu-Jitsu Soap Co. when you use the promo code JJ Radio. Get out there, support the people that support us. Follow Shawn at Gorilla Boy BJJ on Instagram. You can go like all his armpit pictures. $5 a shot. Is that what we said? Was that our final price? Was it $5?
No, I said it would have to be like $2,000 a week.
Okay,
so it was a weekly.
$20 a shot. All he needs is like 20 requests, and we're good to go. Right? We'll be banking. Right? What is that? That looks like dude. That definitely looks like you got a JJ tattooed in your armpit there.
No, it's a dude's face.
Sure, whatever. Hey, it's all about the angle.
It's actually 3 faces.
In your armpit. Listen. If you want to put your face in that armpit, that's $2,000 right there. I'm gonna get that Christmas pay. You can follow me at Sonder Marketing on Instagram, and you can always follow us at Jiu-Jitsu Radio on Instagram. Check out the twitch.tv/katajitsu and jiu-jitsuradio.com. And with that being said, we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.